What's up, everyone? This is a new episode of Devoted to Her. I'm your host, Samantha Jade Miner, but we're all friends here, so you can call me Sam. Okay, social media. That's the topic of this week's episode. So, we all use it, we love it, and if we've ever been dealt a bad hand by whomever runs the algorithm, we also hate it. Some of us use it for fun with no strings attached. Others use it for inspiration, like, if you're an artist or if you're really into fashion, like, there's a ton of inspiration on Instagram and TikTok. You can even get like different ideas about business on there, which I love. So it's also really educational. A lot of people use it for work because, let's face it, being a social media influencer or the ever increasing in popularity UGC creator, it's a career now. So, love it or hate it, social media is here to stay and it will always be evolving. I myself, like many, I'm a business owner and I use social media for all the reasons that I just mentioned. However, uh, as I found out recently, I'm not a no strings attached kind of girl. No. I use Instagram and TikTok religiously and I have all the strings attached. You could say we go together real bad. That is up until 3 weeks ago. I decided to break up with scrolling to work on my relationship with God. Now, hold on. Just, um, give me a chance to explain. So, I've gone on different types of fasts before, and I'll talk about that in depth in another episode. But I have fasted from food, from all foods, certain types of foods, all enjoyable foods, and the Daniel fast is the most recent food fast that I've done. If you're not familiar with it, it's in the Bible. You can give it a quick Google search, but I will also talk about that when I do address that in another episode. And this time it's different though. I wanted to participate in Lent. Now, if you're not familiar with Lent, it is a 40-day season of prayer and fasting. It's commemorating the 40 days Jesus spent fasting in the desert while being tempted by the devil. So it begins on Ash Wednesday and it ends on Holy Thursday. It's not including Sundays, so you still fast on Sunday, but it's not counted in those 40 days. So I've always wanted to participate, but didn't know the whole meaning behind it. And really, if I'm being honest, because that's what we do around here on Devoted to Her, we keep it honest. The thought of giving something up for 40 days really intimidated me. But, they say nothing ventured, nothing gained. Am I right? So when my pastor mentioned it in the weeks leading up to Lent, I got serious and I thought hard about what to give up. And I was like, should I give up coffee? Now, while I do have a borderline codependent relationship with coffee, it wasn't going to be the right sacrifice. It wasn't worthy enough for something so beautiful such as Lent. So then I thought about wine. And I was like, nah, I've been there, done that. So over the weeks, I kept feeling this urge, this prompting to give up social media. I kept pushing that thought away because I was like, surely that's not it. That can't be it. But one night, as I'm laying in bed scrolling, laughing, like feet kicked up, laughing, tears streaming down my face, and I'm commenting hard on TikTok, and I look and it's 2 in the morning. Y'all, when I say I was so disappointed in myself, and I realized, yeah, it's got to be social media. Like, it had to be. The time I spent scrolling, I could have been praying, working on my book, creating content for my businesses. like so many other things. Like I could have been doing you get it. I could have been doing a plethora of other things. So now that the decision was made, when I say panic set in, I was like, what am I going to do if I start losing followers? My business page just can't just sit there with nothing on it. Then I started to try and talk myself out of it. Like, I have brands that I work with and agreements in place. Like, what am I going to do? But for every problem, there's a solution. So an answer came to me. I'm still making content, but I have my kids post it for me. So my hands and my conscience are clean. Thank you. So I'm not going to lie. Like I said, I'm 3 weeks in. The first few days, they were rough. Like, ugh, y'all, it was rough. Not horrible, but not fun either. The constant urge to grab my phone and tap on Instagram or open up TikTok, like it was a strong urge. You know, it's kind of like a moth being lured to a flame. Like I had this urge, and I kept having to fight it. When I say I don't even care about Facebook like that, and I wanted to jump on there and see what toxicity was taking place on there, like, but I didn't. I'm so proud of myself. Now, here's the thing. After the first few days, I felt good. I felt proud of myself. Like I accomplished something. But like around day 4, I felt a little off. And no, I promise you, I'm not being dramatic when I tell you this. My heart started racing. I was having headaches. I couldn't sleep. Anxiety had entered the chat. And FOMO had come in and taken up residency in my head because I was like, what's everyone doing? What's happening out there in the world? What do I do? What am I missing? It was so bad. Days like 5 through 10 were pretty much the same as what I just described. So I prayed because when you're fasting for spiritual reasons, you have to pray. So I prayed a lot. And here's what's wild, y'all. As I was standing in this long line at Walmart, I had this thought. Like this thought was like, Sam, take out your phone and Google social media addiction. And now I'm thinking to myself, fighting with myself back for, well, I'm about to Google social media addiction. But I followed the prompting and I did. That's what I Googled. And it was in this one Google search that I learned so much. There were articles and videos and Reddit threads, and I was shocked and amazed at all the people that had experienced what I had been going through for the past several days. And there were countless therapists offering their services to help. I was blown away. What really got me was the 2020 documentary I came across called The Social Dilemma. People whose job it is, or was, I should say was, to create the algorithms and the like buttons and all the stuff that gives us that boosted dopamine. They're talking about the dangers of social media. Basically, it's a trap if you're not careful. Obviously, I wasn't being careful. Like, I use social media for so much. I've been a social media manager for several different companies. I'm a content creator. I use it for my own businesses and just for personal reasons. So I'm always inundated in social media and news and so much. And yeah. But the good thing is, as days went on, I began to feel a lot better. No more anxiety, no more FOMO, and best of all, I started feeling better about myself, which in the next episode next week, I'm talking about body image. So definitely tune in for that episode. I will have a guest on. Ooh, a guest. Anyway, so yeah, I was starting to feel better. Um, not just physically, but in business as well. So there's no one for me to look at and compare myself to. Uh, so in business, and just like with anything else, like we do tend to compare ourselves to other people or other businesses, and so there was none of that. It's just me. There's nothing to pollute my thoughts or the image of myself. Um, it was almost like I created this blank slate in my mind of what and who I want to be without outside influence. Best of all, for those of you that are spiritual in your own spiritual journey, um, I could hear from God way better and much more clearly. I'm much more present in real life without having my phone in my hand constantly because yeah, I was kind of one of those people where if my phone went off, I had to pick it up immediately. And if I'm talking to you, I'm paying attention to you, but my phone is in my hand, which is rude. But I can really concentrate on what's going on in my life off the screen, off social media. So, like I said, it's been 3 weeks of no social media, and mentally, I feel better than I have in a very long time. I am at the halfway mark, and I can only imagine how good I'll feel at the end of this. And I will keep you updated at the end of the 40 days. So, expect a follow up episode around Easter sometime. Um, Here's the thing though, and this is what I've been thinking about quite a bit lately. Like when this is all done after these 40 days, what what's going to happen? Like I've come too far to go back to what I used to be doing. And I still need to use social media to accomplish, my goals and run my business and to reach people. But I hope when I go back, I do it in a healthy way. I started my social media fast to get closer to God, and that is definitely happening. But the added bonus is, and this may sound cheesy, I feel closer to myself. So I am really happy that I made this decision and I followed that prompting to give up social media for these 40 days. But I am looking forward to, if this is how I feel now with the first 3 weeks, I'm looking forward to what's to come over the next 3 weeks. All right, that's it for this episode of Devoted to Her. Be sure to leave me some reviews. Give me some stars, whatever, however it works. You can follow me on Instagram at Samantha Jade Minor, or you could follow the Devoted to Her Instagram page, Devoted to Her LLC. But yeah, I want to. Oh, wait, I guess I can't. We can't take this discussion off of here to social media because I won't see your messages or anything, but that's okay. Send them to me anyway, and I'll see them in 3 weeks. I hope you enjoy your week. Be sure to share this episode with someone that you love. And as always, take care of you. Talk to you next time. Bye.